I've fired a lot of guns over the last few years. Many firearms I had high expectations of, and they really let me down. And then there were many firearms I didn't really think much of, and I found them to be outstanding guns. So what we're going to take a look at is we're going to take a look at the top 10 guns that have changed my opinion. Number 1, the CZ Scorpion EVO3 pistol. This gun looked super cool. First time I saw it was at SHOT Show. I couldn't wait to get a hold of one of these. But once I fired it, sure, it was cool, but I really didn't see any practical purpose in this at all. To me, it's an overpriced gimmick. I know a lot of people love the CZ Scorpions, but without that arm brace, why not just have a Glock? I don't understand why you would need a gigantic 9mm pistol. It's just my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but again, it's something that changed my opinion. Number 2, Springfield XD. Now, I love the XDS, but I really like that Springfield made this a few years ago with this external hammer. To me, having that first pull being a double action only and then every round after that being single action is one of the safest and most practical handguns you can buy, in my opinion. However, I don't know why they made this gun so darn tall. The bore axe on it is really quite ridiculous compared to the XDS. I liked the gun, but generally speaking, I got rid of it right away, primarily because it was so big for having such a low capacity. Number 3, the Sky CPX2. Now, I had pretty low expectations of the Sky. I was incredibly impressed with this handgun. I think what Sky has done is essentially make a good concealed carry handgun available to anybody, regardless of what they can afford financially. The Sky CPX2 really has hit the mark with that, and now they're coming out with the DVG1, the new striker-fired version of this pistol. And even with a red dot, it's completely affordable. I really had low expectations for the Sky CPX2, and it completely surpassed what I thought. Number 4, the Mossberg Shockwave. First time I saw this shotgun was at SHOT Show as well, and to be quite honest, I thought it was darn cool and very, very innovative. But I really struggled to think to myself, how in the world would you reasonably shoot this shotgun? Obviously, you can't hold it like a pistol. Shooting from the hip, in my opinion, is a little dangerous if you're in a self-defense situation. So I kind of didn't see any purpose in it at all. However, finally being able to get a hold of one, realizing that if you hold your weak arm straight forward while you're gripping it with your strong hand, it's really a reasonably shooting shotgun, and being as small as it is, it's absolutely practical. So far, I've owned 2 of these. Number 5, the IWI Tavor. Very cool rifle. Always loved the bullpup design, and IWI always makes a great product. However, I just found that essentially having a bullpup in 5.56 or 223 really throws off, for me, my muscle memory of using an AR-15. So I think even if somebody gave me a Tavor, I think I'd just get rid of it. Again, primarily because if you use an AR-15 quite a bit, the IWI is just going to throw off all your muscle memory. So in the end, what's the point? Number 6, Taurus Spectrum. Now, when I saw the Taurus Spectrum, of course, what gets everybody's attention is the sheer volume of different color combinations you can get with this pistol. However, most people told me this was a terrible gun. Generally speaking, you could pick it up for about $160, so I had very low expectations. When I finally bought one at one of my local stores just to try it out, I couldn't beat the price. The salesman told me it was a terrible gun and he highly recommended I didn't pick it. When I asked him if he shot it, the answer was no. When I got this gun out, I found it to be incredibly accurate and incredibly reliable for what it is. And it's a darn good looking pistol as well. But again, it's that reliability and accuracy for the money. You just can't beat it. Number 7, the Colt Le6920. Now, obviously this is a great AR-15. However, everybody's paying a lot more money for these Colts for a couple reasons. One, they think they're much better than other AR-15s. Two, they quit making them, so I guess that raises the value of them as well. However, I owned a Colt Le6920 and I've owned several other ARs in the past, and honestly, it's not the best AR I owned. There were many ARs for much less cost than the Colt that, in my opinion, were more accurate and much better. Number 8, the Ruger LCP2 and 22LR. I shot this little gun at Media Day at the Range at SHOT Show a few years ago, and it was one of the few guns I thought to myself, I'm going to get one of these right away. I think the 22LR is an outstanding concealed carry defensive round, and being able to put 10 rounds in such a tiny little package, this gun's about the size of a deck of cards. It was awesome, and it ran awesome at Industry Day at the Range. However, when I got one, this thing is a jam-o-matic. I mean, every now and then I can get some ammo to go through it, and I've just had really a lot of problems with this gun, so much so there's no way I would defend my life with this gun at all. Number 9, the HK MR556. Now, my brother picked this rifle up, and I thought he greatly overpaid for this rifle. After all, it's just another AR-15, right? No. With the example of the Colt, which is just a mil-spec AR, just like any other AR made, whether you pay $400 for it or $2,000 for it, the MR556 is a completely more innovative rifle. The technology that HK has put into the MR556, I believe you can shoot hundreds and hundreds of rounds through this rifle, pull out the bolt, and it's going to be cold. The technology that HK has put in this rifle makes this rifle, in my opinion, one of the toughest AR-15s ever made. So for durability alone, this is an awesome rifle. And finally, number 10, the Glock 29 in 10mm. I love the idea of being able to conceal carry 10mm. I carry 10mm quite a bit. Just found, in my own personal opinion, that the Glock 29 is too small and too lightweight to reasonably have follow-up shots with the 10mm. Sure, some people are going to disagree, and again, it's just my opinion. I think Glock's obviously a great gun, but 10mm for a subcompact with a plastic grip is just, in my opinion, not realistic. So there you go. There's the top 10 guns that changed my opinion. I'd love to hear some guns that have changed your opinion. Put them in the comments below. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. If you feel called to support our channel through Patreon, that link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests, so never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.